You and this person found each other in such a transitional stage in both of your lives. They didn't know who they wanted to become. They were free for the first time, sort of. And you were free for the first time, sort of. You were both still caught up in the world you were transitioning out of. Please, Spirit, work through me. Please, Spirit, work through me for their message, for their highest good and the highest good of everyone. Please, Spirit, work through me. Yeah, they didn't know where they were headed to. You, on the other hand, you knew what you wanted. You had done a lot of growing, and knew what your future was going to look like for yourself. They, on the other hand, their vision for their future, they were still stuck between who they had been and who they could be. They didn't even know they didn't even have a clear vision on who they wanted to be. Yeah, they still had a lot of closure that they needed from their old world, and their old world did not want to let them go, not even remotely. They had a lot of entanglements with exes, with family. You, on the other hand, your closure was a little entangled, but you could see your way out of that. You didn't keep that. You didn't keep that keeping you down. They had so much fear of losing what they had built in their past, in order to grow and move into a future. They were scared of the unknown future, and so they had one foot in, one foot out. Please, Spirit, please, Spirit. It exhausted you. Like you just needed them to be honest. You just needed communication. Yeah, and eventually, you were like, you either need to end so that we can start, or I need to walk away because it's killing me. This is draining me. They looked at you like the sun. You were positive. You gave power to the future. But they had inner child wounds. They had trauma that they were scared. They were scared you wouldn't accept. They made really bad choices. They had made bad choices in the past, but they didn't understand that you were like, the past is the past if you let it go. If you let it go. Yeah. They focused on the disappointments from their past, thinking that there was no way that a future could be better. They just wavered back and forth between a brand new start with you and letting go of the past. They would not for the life of them. There were things from their past that they did not know how to let go of. They didn't understand that there is a price to pay. You have to let go of the past in order for a new future, so that all of those shadows don't follow you. All of that weight doesn't follow you into the future. It has to be a clean cut. And they just kept pulling the luggage into the future. And you were like, absolutely. You kept trying and trying with them. You kept trying to make them understand, which kind of kept you drifting, going nowhere, just stagnant and stuck with them. And you had to make the choice to cut ties with them. It broke your heart. It broke your heart. It broke their heart. It broke their heart. It made them angry at themselves because they lost the opportunity for a beautiful life with you. They got angry at you for not waiting around. Yeah, they had too many limiting beliefs. They allowed the people that they would not let go of to cause all of these negative thoughts, all of this. They kept feeding the people that they would not let go of, kept feeding them fear, kept holding things over their head, kept talking smack about you. They're not the answer to your happily ever after. They're not going to wait on you. They're not going to love you. Ew. I see third party interference. Gross. Yeah, the third party was so possessive over this person. They didn't want them to leave. There was other people involved. They stayed stuck. It's awful. It's sad. And the confusion they caused with you, it truly was a sort of torture. You saw your future with this person. You saw how happy, you saw how abundant, you saw how you could heal together. But they kept on hanging on to their past. They knew that story. They knew that story. They knew who they were with these people. They knew, it was terrible for them too. It was terrible for them because they kept getting more and more disappointed in themselves. Yeah, absolutely. The Three of Cups, the people that they surrounded themselves with, it was disharmony. They had a choice to either stay in with those people who they had grown up with, they had always been. It was their gang, and you would be a whole new team that they didn't have control over. It would have to be a commitment. It would have to be give and take. Like, they didn't understand how your life didn't have so much drama. Like, it had normal, everyday, normal people drama, but it didn't have the chaos that they were used to with these people. And the chaos that they were used to involved leverage, involved guilt, involved yuck. Oh, it's so sad. Yeah, but you moved on and you found temperance. You're finding temperance. You had to make the hard decision, and now you're finally in a place of finding harmony within yourself. It's hard work. It's hard work to let go of a life that you had seen, had created, had manifested, and was working towards with this person, and now that's gone. It doesn't exist anymore, and you're having to rebuild from scratch what your future looks like without them, and it's really painful, but you'll make it to the other side. You will call on your guardians, your angels, divine, to help you find that strength within yourself, because you know you have it, and all the rewards will come to you. They will. I hope you have a blessed day.